Today, we're diving into one of the most famous and influential legal codes in all of human history, the Ten Commandments. But this is so much more than just a list of do's and don'ts. It's actually a fascinating story about building a brand new nation right out of the dust.
I mean, just think about that for a second. Put yourself in their shoes. You've just led an entire people out of slavery after hundreds of years. They're free, finally. But now what? You're in the middle of a massive desert. You've got no laws, no government, no social structure to speak of. So how on earth do you build a society from absolute scratch? That was the huge problem facing the Israelites.
So that's the scene. The Israelites are free from Egypt, which is amazing, but they're also kind of lost. They're adrift in the wilderness. Freedom is one thing, but now they needed a blueprint, right? A guide for how to live together, how to function, and how to become a real community. What a journey it was, from being slaves in Egypt, escaping through the Red Sea, and then trekking through this harsh, unforgiving desert. After months, they finally get to the base of this huge, rocky mountain called Mount Sinai. And it was right here that God, the one who rescued them, planned to give them something really special. A set of rules, basically a constitution for their new life. This brings us to a moment that changes everything. To get these world-changing laws, their leader, Moses, has to go up the mountain all by himself. He's going to meet with God, and what happens up there is going to set the course for his people forever. Now, the top of Mount Sinai was not a calm, quiet place. Not at all. The way the scriptures describe it, wow. The whole mountain was covered in these thick, dark clouds with thunder booming all around and lightning flashing. I mean, this was serious business. The setting itself was a message. What's about to happen here is incredibly important. And Moses didn't just pop up for a quick chat. No, he stayed on that mountain talking with God for 40 days and 40 nights. Just let that sink in. 40 days. It really shows you how significant this moment was. They weren't just jotting down a few notes. They were establishing the entire moral foundation for a nation. So when Moses finally comes back down the mountain, he's carrying something that would literally change the world. 2 tablets of stone, and carved onto them were God's 10 basic laws, a permanent physical guide that everyone could see, learn, and live by. So what did these tablets actually say? Well, you can kind of break the rules down into 2 main parts. The first 4 commandments are all about one thing, defining the relationship between the people and God, the one who would just save them. It was all about building that spiritual foundation. So these first few really set the tone. Number 1, be loyal. Worship only the one true God. Number 2, don't make statues or idols to worship, which was a super common thing back then. Number 3, treat God's name with respect. Don't just throw it around carelessly. And number 4, set aside one day every week for rest and for God. It's a powerful way to build a life of faith. Okay, so once that spiritual foundation was set, the next batch of rules tackled that other huge challenge. How do we all get along? How do we treat each other? These next commandments were all about building a just and peaceful community. And these next 6 are probably pretty familiar to you. They're the pillars of any healthy society. It starts with honoring your parents, the heart of the family. Then you get the big ones. Don't murder, be faithful in your marriage, don't steal other people's stuff, and don't lie about your neighbor. And then there's that last one, which is really interesting. It's about what's going on inside your head. It says don't covet, don't get consumed with jealousy over what other people have. These are just foundational principles for living together. Now, it's really easy to look at these and just see a list of things you can't do, right? A bunch of thou shalt nots. But that's not the whole story, not by a long shot. They were actually meant to be a gift, a divine roadmap for how to build a society that was fair, stable, and where people could actually thrive. You see, the point wasn't to punish people, it was to protect them. These laws were a guide to help create a community where everyone had a shared understanding of what's right and what's wrong, what's just and what's not. They were rules to keep people safe and ultimately happy. And when you look at it like this, you can see that beautiful, simple structure. It's broken into 2 clear parts, your duty to God and your duty to other people. 4 rules for your spiritual life and 6 rules for your social life. Together, they create this complete guide for how to live a good life. And that kind of leaves us with a final big question to think about. I mean, these rules were given thousands of years ago to a small group of people wandering in a desert. And yet, ideas like don't steal, and don't murder are at the very core of our legal systems all over the world today. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How do these ancient rules still echo in our modern world, shaping our very own ideas of what's right and what's wrong?